Morning showers crossing the river, but landing far to our east. More about that in just a moment.
Right now this morning, the fine of marijuana possession is reduced to just $1. Up next, everything you need to know on the decision for the county.
President Trump meets with Ukraine's president today. We'll have the latest on the conflict coming up. And the Brewers trying to avoid a 3-game deficit last night. Did they pull it off? We have that answer just ahead. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Friday, October 17th, just about 6 a.m. Happy Friday to you all. We'll send it over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's tracking our Friday and our weekend forecast for us. Hello over there.
Hello over there, my friend. Hey, we hold on to a little shower activity that's working into the region, trying to cross the river and jumping over us with drier air now upon us, holding on to that, getting into areas by Wisconsin Dells and just outside of Mauston as well. We'll even see some late day showers in the forecast as well, but here's a look at those showers you can see right now. Let's get a little bit closer. You can see for La Crosse, we're dry right now, holding on to that rainfall, kind of pushing towards just outside of Mauston now, and then continuing on. There's a view right there. You can see it by Wisconsin Dells. Then tracking up to the north, most of that has dried out and moved out of the region for now up there by Eau Claire and Ladysmith. Back down to Prairie du Chien. It's down to the south of Prairie du Chien, going towards Boscobel and Richland Center. We'll keep an eye on that. Current temperatures for you in the 50s and the 60s right now. So we will warm you up as the day progresses. So as you go outside, it's going to be quite comfortable out there right now, holding on to some breezy and gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour plus in some cases. You'll see gradual increase of clouds today. By the late day, we have cloudier skies with a chance of rainfall on the ground to get into your evening commute as well. Similar conditions for Eau Claire. You'll see that coming in around the 4 o'clock hour and continuing to the evening. In fact, we'll see high temperatures today, 70s widespread to near 80 degrees. Alexandra?
Thank you, Art. Now to the Brewers' playoff push. They took on the Dodgers last night, looking to avoid a 3-game deficit. Sports director Jacob Lesendorf has the highlights for us.
Yeah, Alexandra, the Brewers needed that one last night. Only one team has ever come back from down 3-0 in a best-of-7 series to win. But again, Milwaukee's bats let them down as they fell 3-1. Dodgers jumped on Aaron Ashby in the first inning, just 2 batters into the game as Mookie Betts drives in Shohei Ohtani to make it 1-0 home side. Milwaukee promptly responded as Jake Bauers sent a single into center to score Caleb Durbin and tie things up, but LA would retake the lead in the 6th as Tommy Edman rips a base knock up the middle to play the game's 3rd run, and the Dodgers take a commanding 3-0 lead over the Brewers in the series. And coming up in the Blitz, we'll have full game highlights as well as a reaction from Pat Murphy. Alexandra, back over to you.
All right, Jacob, one more chance tonight. Thank you for that. Meanwhile, the La Crosse County Board voting to drastically reduce the fine for marijuana possession. News 8 Now Seth Padilla has those details for us from the newsroom.
Alexandra, the fine for possessing small amounts of marijuana in La Crosse County is now down to just $1. The board approved the measure 18-11 last night. Possession of 25 grams or less now carries a $1 fine, down from $100. Offenders will still have to pay court costs, and marijuana remains illegal in Wisconsin. Now, supporters say this saves county resources by keeping people out of jail who cannot afford to pay. But critics argue it sends the wrong message about what they call a gateway drug. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now This Morning.
Thank you for that, Seth. And after his peace talks with peace deal, that is, between Israel and Hamas, President Trump now turning to Russia's war on Ukraine. Today, the president will host Ukraine's president at the White House. As CBS News' Naomi Ruckham reports.
Fresh off his big win securing a Middle East peace deal, President Trump now hopes to do the same for Ukraine and Russia.
We're going to get it stopped.
Today, President Trump meets with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The two are expected to discuss the president's lengthy phone call yesterday with Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
I thought it was a very good phone call. I thought very productive.
Afterwards, President Trump announced that he and Putin will hold a summit in Budapest, like the one the two had in Alaska back in August. So far, no date has been set, though the president says a U.S. delegation led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio will hold high-level talks with Russian officials next week to lay the groundwork. The White House says the president still hopes to get Putin and Zelensky in the room together eventually.
This war, he has always said, is going to have to end at the negotiating table.
With Russia launching more attacks ahead of today's meeting, Zelensky is expected to press the president to give Ukraine long-range Tomahawk missiles. The president says he asked Putin about that yesterday.
I did actually say, would you mind if I gave a couple of thousand Tomahawks to your opposition? I did say that to him. I said it just that way. He didn't like the idea.
The Kremlin says that giving Ukraine Tomahawks could damage prospects for a peaceful settlement. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth met with NATO counterparts in Brussels this week to discuss weapons supplies to Ukraine. And back here closer to home, County Road MH in Holman is back open this morning after a dump truck crashed into a bridge there yesterday. As we take a live look at the road now, it is back open. It's a little bit dark, but we'll see some cars hopefully buzzing by in just a second. Police say that yesterday during that crash, the eastbound dump truck struck the bridge on County Road MH near Highway 53 just before 1:45 yesterday afternoon. The box was wedged under the bridge until crews could clear the scene, but it is back open this morning. A bill aimed at reckless drivers clearing a big hurdle in Wisconsin. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more on the new penalties for reckless drivers.
State lawmakers passed a bill that would allow police to tow cars after issuing citations for reckless driving, even if it's your first offense. Wisconsin lawmakers want to keep dangerous drivers off the street.
We feel strongly that this will send a very strong message that enough's enough.
Current law allows police to tow reckless drivers' cars if the driver owns the vehicle and is a repeat offender. The new bill would allow them to tow any car, even if it's the driver's first offense. A representative who led the bill hopes that it will encourage people to drive safe.
They would have to pay the fine, any outstanding fines that they may have, and also would have to pay the costs of the towing and any storage fees that are incurred.
If the car was stolen, the owner will be contacted and fees will be waived. Fees will most likely be determined by municipalities that choose to adopt the law.
It's important that we as communities across the state stand up and say this is dangerous behavior when you get behind the wheel.
The bill will need approval from Governor Evers before it can take effect. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
Viroqua may cut a police dispatcher position to balance its budget. The city is considering eliminating the second shift dispatcher. That would save about $50,000, they say. The move comes as Viroqua tries to increase employee wages to stay competitive with surrounding areas.
It will cut some service availability to the public in terms of like the DMV window, which we have at our police department, and being able to stop in after hours and do kind of business, pay parking tickets, that sort of thing.
The sheriff's office already handles Area 911 calls, but the sheriff says losing the police dispatcher could mean delays for non-emergency calls. The 6th annual Pettibone Haunted Mile is tonight from 5 to 8. It's free, and there will be plenty of activities like s'mores, bounce houses, even trick-or-treating, and a magic show. Make sure you wear your costume. A new immersive Halloween exhibit is now open at the Rivoli Arts District in downtown La Crosse. The Uncanny exhibit features 13 uniquely designed rooms, each created by local artists. It's open every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This one is really cool, from 6 to 10 p.m.
Since we kind of went into the Rivoli building, everybody's been talking about kind of wanting a Halloween kind of experience and wanting something to do that's interactive and kind of do stuff downtown. And the Rivoli building kind of has a great history of being spooky and kind of a little creepy. And so we wanted to play into that and have some fun.
Tickets are $15 for general admission, $10 for students, with timed entry starting every hour. Other things happening this weekend, the La Crosse Area Family Y hosting a spooky scavenger hunt tomorrow at the Doll Y from 9 to 11. It's free and open to all. And volunteers are needed for a bed build in Tomah this Saturday. Sleep in Heavenly Peace looking to build 40 beds from 8 a.m. to noon at the Fairgrounds Exhibition Building. You can sign up at shpbeds.org. The beds go to children without them. Cashton's Junior Fall Fest Princess is hosting a splash pad fundraiser tomorrow at Cashton's Community Hall. You can enjoy a pancake and sausage brunch from 10 a.m. to 1, bingo and live music with all proceeds benefiting the Cashton All Abilities Splash Pad project. Time now is 6:08. Still ahead for us. President Trump's tariffs are lowering the federal deficit. Federal workers could soon be paid if a new bill is passed, and Nestle replacing thousands of jobs with AI. Droughts in coffee bean growing countries are rising. The cost of your daily caffeine boost will tell you by how much. And for now, sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. A Minnesota family saved a turkey egg found on the side of the road. They found a dead turkey with a fully intact egg, so they decided to incubate it. The next morning, she was hatched. Now she likes to play with the family's shoelaces and dog. As you start to wake up, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with a live look at the Hayden Ferry in Tempe, Arizona. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm exhausted. Shopping for a mattress is just so confusing.
Sounds like mattress shopophobia. At Slumberland, our sleep counselors are here to help you find the best mattress without any pressure.
But awesome pressure relief.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Get an 11% rebate right now at Menards. Upgrade your home's appearance with a new garage door from Ideal Door. There's no need to wait with our huge in-stock selection. Get this 9x7 insulated garage door for only $449.99 after rebate. Add style to your home with a new door lock from Kwikset. You can choose from these Kwikset interior door locks for only $14.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Frank Parisi was a fireman for 32 years. He's retired now, but not a day goes by that he doesn't think about the friends he lost and the lives he saved along the way. I wanted to know where it comes from, this willingness to run toward danger when everybody else is running in the other direction.
It starts to within. You have to have it in you to go in to danger, but you don't realize it. And you got to do your job, you're trained, and it just clicks in. It's got to be in you, though. It's not for everybody. And you have a satisfaction. I have 2 life-saving awards, and I saved a couple people, and they're still around today, and it makes you feel good.
Frank switched to Pure Talk for the same reasons I did. He appreciates a fair deal, and he wanted to be in business with a company that shares his values. If that sounds like you, the offer on the screen is the real deal. Just like Frank, a proud American who switched to a wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Save big at Hy-Vee, Friday through Sunday. Hy-Vee chicken breasts, just $2.48 a pound. Cosmic Crisp, Fuji, Granny Smith, or Gala apples, just 99 cents a pound. Avocados, 67 cents each. Brew Puff Pizza, just $4.99. Plus, get great deals on Cheez-Its, Doritos, Johnsonville smoked sausage, Coke 6-packs, and more. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
From generation to generation, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true for Midwest families. And this year, we're kicking off our store-wide celebration this Saturday at 7 a.m. Find unbeatable Toyland deals, like select Lego sets for $7.99. Be one of the first 100 people in store on Saturday to get this free Blaine's 70th anniversary toy truck. Plus, new this year from 3 to 5 p.m., bring the kids in costume for indoor trick-or-treating and more. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland store-wide celebration, starting Saturday at 7 a.m.
Is your relationship suffering from nagging bed aches? Try the Sealy Posturepedic. Can you feel the support? That's the Precision Fit coils. They flex to your body, supporting you where you need it most. Stop stressing, start sleeping with Slumberland's 365-night sleep guarantee.
Well, welcome back as we get into your forecast. Dry conditions still holding on to La Crosse right now, even though Claire is pretty much on the dry side as well. As you take a quick peek what's happening out there, you see the roadways are dry. Folks are doing pretty well out there as far as traffic is concerned. You get into the bus stop forecast. Later on in the daytime, we'll get some rainfall potential, 77 degrees for La Crosse. Right now, the kids heading to school will be about 63 degrees or so with cloudy and dry skies, but a little bit on the breezy side. We'll get into Eau Claire, similar conditions as well. A little bit of rainfall later on today. And of course, you'll be picking looking at this as you get into it here. Increasing clouds for La Crosse all the way to the kids getting out of school, with increasing clouds even more so after that. We have some shower potential coming in for a 20% chance carrying over to the 6 o'clock hour. Then it's going to bump up after the 6 o'clock hour into your evening commute, where we'll see more rainfall. Looking like what Eau Claire is going to look like by the time you get into increasing clouds into the late day. Cloudier skies with a 40% chance of rainfall. La Crosse is holding on to at least a 50% chance of that getting down to the ground. Holding on to the highs for Friday, though, 70s across the board to near 80 degrees for Prairie du Chien, 77 in La Crosse, 73 in Eau Claire. You want to mow your lawn? Well, you've got a pretty decent chance of that happening. The clouds will increase on you with some late day showers. And as you get into Sunday, actually that should be Saturday. But anyway, you're looking at the possibility of better conditions for those guys as well. You'll hold on to the rain forecast as I put this in motion. You're seeing not much for Saturday, but we may see some Saturday rainfall coming in overnight going into your Sunday. Holding on to what's happening for tonight, you've got the possibility of rainfall, as I mentioned before, tapers down to a 70 or 30% chance with drier conditions. We did have a chance of thunderstorm activity for La Crosse, but that has blocked down. And as your highs for Saturday you're looking at more 60s and 70s in your forecast. I'll come back and give you a better overview who's getting well with SkyCast. Stick around.
In our consumer news, the federal deficit edging lower this year, in part due to the president's tariffs. The Treasury Department says the budget deficit was nearly $1.78 trillion in fiscal year 2025. That's down $41 billion from the prior year. Tariff revenue hitting $195 billion. Individual income tax receipts also came in higher, which helped offset a decline in corporate tax revenue. Senate Republicans are considering a bill to pay federal workers affected by the shutdown. The bill could come up for a vote as soon as next week. It would need 60 votes to advance, requiring bipartisan support. Senate Majority Leader John Thune took procedural steps Wednesday to move it forward. GOP leaders are also reportedly considering a bill to pay members of the military during the shutdown. And Nestle cutting 16,000 jobs over the next 2 years, partly due to AI. The world's largest food company says it's focusing on operational efficiency, including automating processes. That means nearly 6% of the workforce will be cut. In recent months, retail coffee prices in the U.S. have jumped, increasing by more than 20% in August compared to last year due to the president's tariffs. Michael Yoshida has more on the reasons behind it.
For many, coffee across the United States is getting more expensive.
We will have to do a price increase. There's no doubt about it.
Robert Peck, CEO and co-founder of Commonwealth Joe Coffee Roasters, says it's been a challenging year in the coffee industry, with costs rising and margins down.
Some people, we've already seen a shift. They're now buying beans and they're brewing coffee at home because that brings down their daily expense.
99% of all coffee consumed in the U.S. is imported, according to the National Coffee Association. And with many coffee bean growing countries slammed with tariffs by the Trump administration, including Brazil, the U.S.'s top supplier, which faces an import tax of 50%, big brands and small shops have been trying to absorb costs.
Because costs are high now. For the first time ever, we're thinking about, okay, well maybe let's just not print the gold on the inside, because that could save us another couple of cents a bag. We're trying to get creative without changing the quality of the product inside, which is what consumers care about the most.
But it's not just tariffs causing trouble. Shipping costs are also rising, while bad weather and droughts in places like Brazil and Vietnam are impacting harvests and production. And when supply goes down, prices go up.
We may have to think about switching, from Brazil to a Honduran coffee or a Colombian coffee or a Mexican coffee. At the end of the day, if you're not running a profitable business, you're not going to be in business for very long.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Why were they talking about coffee so much, Alexandra? I want more coffee, please. In fact, we could use some more rainfall here as well. It could rain coffee and I'd be happy. Hey, we get into all this ridge of high pressure building up, taking all that rainfall up to the north into Canada. We're seeing some of that try to get back down, but most of it will go to the UP. We'll see a little bit of this coming from the south. That's coming from Texas as well, coming from the Gulf. And of course, that's from tropical moisture, and that continues to track a little bit out of the region as well. But you're seeing it go towards Boscobel first and Richland Center. We'll pick up again those morning showers, but a lot of that is tracking east out of the region, and a lot of it's still not hitting the ground. We'll get into today, though, for the latter portion of the day with increasing clouds and then pushing in some showers on our forecast, and that's going to happen. Breezy and gusty winds are going to happen as well, as you can see that happening for today, and you'll see that coming back again for Saturday evening and night. We've got all that dry air out there. Look at that from the desert southwest, working back up towards Denver, right back into areas along the Gulf, and then working its way underneath all of this moisture as well. So it's difficult to get that rain down to the ground. You'll see that dry slot right there. So drier air still in the forecast area. That's why we're not getting a lot of that rainfall right now. You get into Red Wing crossing the river to Eau Claire. You pick that up by the 10 o'clock hour, going to the 11 o'clock hour. Then showers start to come back again. We'll see that possibly get back towards Holman as well, possibly Black River Falls and Sparta, holding on to La Crosse with a taste. More so by the 4 o'clock hour when this late day rainfall really settles in. You'll see that right over Holman right there, getting into areas by West Salem as well, Black River Falls. That even Eau Claire even gets to that. But most of it kind of tracks up north, gets out of the way towards Marshfield, and then some of that also comes in from the south, working towards Prairie du Chien, Decorah, as well as Boswell and Richland Center. Then this line begins to increase as we get into the 10 o'clock hour for tonight. You're seeing drier conditions by Eau Claire all the way to Ladysmith on I-94 mostly, and then down to the west as well, and over to the west, you're seeing more along the lines of drier air. But that line still continues to track in our region. Sparta, also portions of La Crosse getting to Viroqua, down to Prairie du Chien, Boswell, Richland Center. Then, as you can see, it starts to get out of the region by Vogt Field, and then, of course, Wisconsin Dells, it's out of the region and back to Madison. We're done. However, we continue to go right through the day for Saturday. You're looking at the possibility of rainfall coming back again, lighter, of course, holding on to Eau Claire and Ladysmith as it crosses the river, gets back towards La Crosse. You can see here by the time we get to the 10 o'clock hour, and then by the time we finish by 11 o'clock, we're still holding on to a few light showers in the forecast. So Saturday's day, plenty of sunshine, giving away to at least some partly cloudy skies and increasing clouds later on. 60s and 70s in your forecast, so pretty mild for you out there, and in fact, to warm. You'll get into Sunday holding on to the 60s, so get a bit cooler to near seasonal averages for Monday as well. You're holding on to that as well, much cooler conditions. Friday, as we see today, once again, 79 to about 72 degrees with milder conditions, giving way to cooler conditions into your weekend. Have a great day.
Thank you, Art. President Trump announcing a change that could help couples trying to start families. Soon, couples without insurance could save thousands on IVF. We'll have those details for you.
Coming up in the Blitz, highlights from Milwaukee's disappointing Game 3 loss to the Dodgers, plus some history made at the NBC Cross Country meet. We're back in just a moment.
Do you want free internet? Forever? You got it. Really. We mean it. Spectrum is offering free fiber-powered internet forever. Want it? Just call this number and switch 4 mobile lines to Spectrum for a lifetime of internet you never pay for. It's not a trial. It's an unprecedented offer. So we'll say it again. Free fiber-powered internet forever. Have you called yet? Because your internet is forever. But this ad ends now.
Carl's grand opening celebration here in Brainerd, Minnesota means grand savings for you. Join us at noon on Thursday, October 23rd for a special ribbon cutting in Brainerd and register to win all kinds of great prizes. During this celebration, all Carl stores are offering the best prices of the season and exclusive in-store specials. Save on Serta mattresses, TVs, and grills. It's grand opening and grand savings now at all Carl's locations.
Carl's, your servicing dealer since 1956.
Your local Culligan expert helps you take control of your home's water with the world's most efficient softeners and drinking water systems. Culligan also gives you more control of your wallet with a variety of payment options. For better water and finances that fit, contact your local Culligan expert today.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. An upturn of the mouth. A brightening of the eyes. So easy. Making this the house with the best snacks. Kidless for the night. Like you're 20 again. A smile lights it up. Understands it all. Apologizes. Makes everything okay. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Taking you right inside the action, and I print.
Tonight at 10, right here on News 8.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
The Brewers were going to show any semblance of fight in this series with the Dodgers, they needed to do what nobody was better at than them in the regular season, and that was pick up a victory on the road last night. But LA would scratch across a run just 2 batters into the ball game after a Shohei Ohtani triple. Mookie Betts drives him in with a double into the gap. But the crew responds quickly. Caleb Durbin reaches on a triple, then Jake Bauers goes up the gut to even things up at 1. Jacob Mizorowski came in relief for Aaron Ashby, and he was fantastic. Electric stuff, going 5 innings, allowing just 1 run on 3 hits and punching out 9. But Dodgers starter Tyler Glasnow settling in after that 2nd inning, striking out 8 and allowing that lone run. In the 6th, Tommy Edman breaks the deadlock with a shot up the middle to score Will Smith. And that would be all the run support needed for the home side in this one, as Milwaukee scores just 1 run for the 3rd straight game in the series. Here's Pat Murphy after the loss.
We haven't shown our best foot. Like I said, if you would have told me the Dodgers were going to score 10 runs in 3 games, what would be the score? If you said 2-1 us or 1-2, 1-2 them, you know, you wouldn't say 0-3. But we haven't got the clutch hit. We've been a little bit foreign to how we've played in terms of contact.
And some good news, the MVC Cross Country Conference Championship yesterday. The boys up first in this one, and to the finish line we go. Sparta's Ben Carney bolting across the line first with a time of 16:43. Holman's Josiah Komaszewski coming in second, and Caleb Azim from Aquinas rounds out the top 3. Holman winning the conference championship with a team score of 39. Then it was the ladies' turn to hit the trail, and the big headliner in this one, Sabrina Lechner. She would cross the finish line with a time of 19:25, and the Holman Viking wins her 4th straight conference championship, which is only the 3rd time in conference history, and she's the first Holman runner to do so. 2nd place belonging to Sanjana Musafir from Aquinas, and the final podium spot going to Naomi Wedon from Holman for 3rd place. Holman would also sweep the MVC, winning on the girls' side with 25 points, with all scoring runners in the top 10. That's it for the Blitz. We'll see you back here for the last regular season edition of the Friday Night Frenzy.
One of the things I've said for years is we do things right and we do the right thing. From the very beginning, when we offered bathrooms, one of the biggest concerns for homeowners is just safety. Can you get in and out of the bathtub? If that's a problem for you, the Board Store has the products and the installers to make your bathroom safe as well as attractive and easy to care for. Call today for a prompt free estimate.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More mattresses. Did you know you spend a third of your life sleeping? So you better have the best mattress you possibly can. King has a huge selection to choose from at every price range. We'll even deliver your new mattress and haul away the old one for free. Take time to find the exact mattress you want, because you're going to be sleeping on this for a while. Head into King Furniture today.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
John Deere lawn tractors are built for year-round versatility because your work isn't done when the grass stops growing. Attachments like bagging systems and snow removal tools make lawn cleanup a breeze and those long, cold months a lot easier to take. Be ready for anything Wisconsin brings us with a mow and snow package from Tractor Central. Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
Tis the
the season for joy, cheer, and awesome toys here. Toyland is now open at Fleet Farm. We're kicking things off with 12 days of deals starting Saturday, October 11th, where you'll find red-hot buys on Hot Wheels, Lego, Play-Doh, Melissa and Doug, Nerf, and many more. Can't pay today? Put it on layaway and we'll hold it for you. Stop in and grab a catalog to fill out your wish list and get a jump on holiday gifting. Or shop our Toyland catalog now at fleetfarm.com.
Friday Night Frenzy, tonight at 10.
Light showers moving through the area, but we're still dry. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
Right now this morning, the fine of marijuana possession is reduced to just $1. Up next, everything you need to know on the decision for the county.
President Trump meets with Ukraine's president today. The latest on the conflict coming up. It's Foodie Friday, and Hy-Vee dietitian Ruthie Chips is in studio to talk about enjoying the sweetness of fall while staying healthy. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Friday, October 17th. It is about 6:30. Hope your Friday's off to a good start. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett in the Weather Center tracking the weather for us today. How's it looking out there, Art?
Well, it'd be great if there were like mangoes dropping down in the area as well, but
Yeah.
no, that rainfall is moving across the region right now. Let's get into it real quick here. You can see, as I mentioned, a few showers are trying to cross. We have picked up a little bit, maybe a trace, if that at all, holding on to most of that moving to the east of that. And a lot of those places haven't been recording any rainfall either. So we get into it here as we roll back into it. You're seeing dry conditions pretty much in the central portion of the region here. La Crosse is dry, but we'll take it over towards Mauston. They picked up a little bit of rainfall earlier, a few hours ago, but now that has subsided. We'll also go back up to the north where you have Eau Claire right there is dry. Ladysmith picked up a few showers in the 4 o'clock hour. Now that too has also gone dry. Back down to Prairie du Chien. Most of it is down to the south going towards Fenimore, as well as Boswell and Richland Center picking up a little shower activity, but I've just recorded that, looked at them, and they're also showing dry conditions. Current temperatures for you in the 50s and the 60s. Yes, we're going to be a little bit on the warmer side today. As you can see, rainfall comes in for late day for La Crosse. Similar conditions for Eau Claire as well. So expect rain around the 4 o'clock hour. Back to you.
All right, well, to the Brewers playoff push now. The Brewers took on the Dodgers last night, looking to avoid a 3-game deficit. Sports director Jacob Lesendorf has the highlights for us.
Yeah, Alexandra, the Brewers needed that one last night. Only one team has ever come back from down 3-0 in a best-of-7 series to win. But again, Milwaukee's bats let them down as they fell 3-1. Dodgers jumped on Aaron Ashby in the first inning, just 2 batters into the game as Mookie Betts drives in Shohei Ohtani to make it 1-0 home side. Milwaukee promptly responded as Jake Bauers sent a single into center to score Caleb Durbin and tie things up, but LA would retake the lead in the 6th as Tommy Edman rips a base knock up the middle to play the game's 3rd run, and the Dodgers take a commanding 3-0 lead over the Brewers in the series.
They've got one more chance to save the series tonight around 7. Meanwhile, the La Crosse County Board voting to drastically reduce the fine for marijuana possession in La Crosse County. News 8 Now, Seth Padilla has those details for us from the newsroom. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. The fine for possessing small amounts of marijuana in La Crosse County is down to just $1. The board approved the measure 18-11 last night. Possession of 25 grams or less now carries a $1 fine. That's down from $100. Offenders will still have to pay court costs, and marijuana remains illegal in Wisconsin. And now supporters say this saves county resources by keeping people out of jail who can't afford to pay. But critics argue it sends the wrong message about what they call is a gateway drug. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Thank you for that update and following that story for us, Seth. Meanwhile, after his peace deal between Israel and Hamas, President Trump now turning to Russia's war on Ukraine. Today, Trump will meet with President Zelensky at the White House. CBS News' Naomi Ruckham explains.
Fresh off his big win securing a Middle East peace deal, President Trump now hopes to do the same for Ukraine and Russia.
We're going to get it stopped.
Today, President Trump meets with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The two are expected to discuss the president's lengthy phone call yesterday with Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
I thought it was a very good phone call. I thought very productive.
Afterwards, President Trump announced that he and Putin will hold a summit in Budapest, like the one the two had in Alaska back in August. So far, no date has been set, though the president says a U.S. delegation led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio will hold high-level talks with Russian officials next week to lay the groundwork. The White House says the president still hopes to get Putin and Zelensky in the room together eventually.
This war, he has always said, is going to have to end at the negotiating table.
With Russia launching more attacks ahead of today's meeting, Zelensky is expected to press the president to give Ukraine long-range Tomahawk missiles. The president says he asked Putin about that yesterday.
I did actually say, would you mind if I gave a couple of thousand Tomahawks to your opposition? I did say that to him. I said it just that way. He didn't like the idea.
The Kremlin says that giving Ukraine Tomahawks could damage prospects for a peaceful settlement. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth met with NATO counterparts in Brussels this week to discuss weapon supplies to Ukraine. And closer to home this morning, County Road MH in Holmen is back open this morning after a dump truck crashed into a bridge yesterday. Some good news for your commute as we take a live look at the road now. It is dark out there, but it is open. Police say the eastbound dump truck struck the bridge on County Road MH near Highway 53 yesterday before 1:45 p.m. The box was wedged under the bridge till crews could clear the scene. But as you see in this live shot, no cars ever drive by. Oh, look, here comes one. See, it is open. We're telling the truth. The road is back open this morning, so some good news for your morning commute in Holmen there. And a bill aimed at reckless drivers clearing a big hurdle in Wisconsin. News 8 Now's Grace Monk has more on the new penalties for reckless drivers.
State lawmakers passed a bill that would allow police to tow cars after issuing citations for reckless driving, even if it's your first offense. Wisconsin lawmakers want to keep dangerous drivers off the street.
We feel strongly that this will send a very strong message that enough's enough.
Current law allows police to tow reckless drivers' cars if the driver owns the vehicle and is a repeat offender. The new bill would allow them to tow any car, even if it's the driver's first offense. A representative who led the bill hopes that it will encourage people to drive safe.
They would have to pay the fine, any outstanding fines that they may have, and also would have to pay the costs of the towing and any storage fees that are incurred.
If the car was stolen, the owner will be contacted and fees will be waived. Fees will most likely be determined by municipalities that choose to adopt the law.
It's important that we as communities across the state stand up and say this is dangerous behavior when you get behind the wheel.
The bill will need approval from Governor Evers before it can take effect. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
And Viroqua may cut a police dispatcher position to balance its budget. The city considering eliminating the second shift dispatcher. They say that would save about $50,000. The move comes as Viroqua tries to increase employee wages to stay competitive with surrounding areas.
It will cut some service availability to the public in terms of like the DMV window, which we have at our police department, and being able to stop in after hours and do kind of pay parking tickets, that sort of thing.
The sheriff's office already handles area 911 calls, but the sheriff says losing the police dispatcher could mean delays for non-emergency calls. The 6th annual Pettibone Haunted Mile is tonight from 5 to 8. It's free, and there'll be plenty of activities to enjoy, like s'mores, bounce houses, games, and even trick-or-treating, and a magic show by Magic of Isaiah. Make sure you wear your costume. A new immersive Halloween exhibit is now open at the Rivoli Arts District in downtown La Crosse. Take a look. The Uncanny exhibit features 13 uniquely designed rooms. They're each created by local artists. I like this one. It's open every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night from 6 to 10 p.m.
Since we kind of went into the Rivoli building, everybody's been talking about kind of wanting a Halloween kind of experience and wanting something to do that's interactive and kind of do stuff downtown. And the Rivoli building kind of has a great history of being spooky and kind of a little creepy, and so we wanted to play into that and have some fun.
Looking spooky and creepy indeed. Tickets are $15 general admission, $10 for students. There are timed entries starting hourly. And some other events happening this weekend to let you know about. The La Crosse Area Family Y hosting a spooky scavenger hunt tomorrow at the Doll Y from 9 to 11. It's free and open to all. Volunteers are needed for a bed build in Tomah tomorrow. Sleep in Heavenly Peace will build 40 beds from 8 a.m. to noon at the Fairgrounds Exhibition Building. You can sign up at shpbeds.org. The beds go to kids without them. Cashton's Junior Fall Fest Princess is hosting a splash pad fundraiser tomorrow at Cashton's Community Hall. Enjoy a pancake and sausage brunch from 10 to 1, bingo and live music. All proceeds benefit the Cashton Splash Pad project. In our medical news, President Trump announcing a new deal to make IVF treatment cheaper for some Americans. Drug maker EMD Serona will make its fertility drug available on the government's direct-to-consumer website, TrumpRx. Only about 30% of families have insurance that covers IVF treatment. The average cost of the entire IVF process can be upwards of $30,000.
There's no deeper happiness and joy of raising children, and now millions of Americans struggling with infertility will have a new chance to share the greatest experience of them all.
The administration will also allow companies to offer supplemental insurance plans for fertility treatments. Now we'll send it over to Art. He's got an update on our morning commute.
All right, this early morning, the radar looks pretty, but not much happening out there as drier air is pretty much funneled into the region. Huge ridge of high pressure is still with us here, and it's also one coming down from the south as well. That's where it's coming from the south. There's also one to our northeast as well. High pressure still building, and of course, this rainfall is over the Twin Cities, but it's still not a lot getting down to the ground. That's what I want to tell you. You get into areas by Alaska, looking at 62 degrees right now, 10 miles visibility. It's gotten much better, holding on to dry conditions on the forecast. Near Black River Falls, difficult to see, but it's 55 degrees out there, 10 miles of visibility. Remember, they were down to 4 earlier. Traffic clearly doing quite well. Excuse me. We get into Eau Claire, still on the dark side here, holding on to drier conditions, and I'm not talking about Star Wars, by the way. We're holding on to CityCam. We're still dry for La Crosse while getting into the forecast. As you can see, breeze and gusty winds are going to kick into your forecast today. You're going to see these winds getting up to 30 miles per hour today. In fact, we'll also see as we get deeper into the evening, they're going to pick up a little bit more so. We'll go into how this all plays out for the day. You're seeing late day rainfall coming in after increasing clouds. That rain will go from a 20% chance up to about a 50% chance. Similar conditions for Eau Claire to finish out as we go right back into the end of your forecast. Back to you.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Evelyn is 8. She loves reading, writing, telling stories, and spending time with her baby brother.
Happy birthday. And Wayne is 88. He loves to be outside and cut his own firewood. He also loves spending time with his children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren.
All right, how about Patricia? She's celebrating a 98th birthday today. She's loves spending time with her family, who says she's a lovely woman inside and out.
All right, hope you get a drink like that today, Patricia. Happy birthday. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, 88, 98, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Picture button on the Home tab on our website.
Coming up, it's Foodie Friday. We're talking about how to enjoy the sweetness of fall without the sugar overload. Learn how after the break.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
We know, like, if we help one person and if we impact their life and have such a positive influence on them when they're coming in here working on sometimes the hardest thing for themselves that they can do, and they can then help the next 3 to 5 people that they encounter, our reach goes more.
It's often regaining control. It's finding clarity. So working with people to break down their steps in taking the intentional action to move the needle forward towards whatever they want to accomplish.
Head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
As a teacher, I think it's important that students here in Wisconsin become proficient and ideally strong in math.
We need to keep teachers like you here. That's what motivated UW-Madison's Wisconsin Teacher Pledge program.
By covering the cost of tuition, the Teacher Pledge enables us to teach in areas and subjects where we're needed the most.
We're working to fill these gaps, and those who benefit are the youth of Wisconsin.
When we stay in Wisconsin to teach, that's a win for everyone.
One Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset, it's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 5.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. That's over $4,000 in average finance savings.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Need cleaning supplies? Stock up and save big on top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Receive $10 instant savings on a single qualifying purchase of $40 or more on Procter & Gamble products. Plus, an 11% rebate. Customize your kitchen with new under-cabinet lights from Patriot Lighting. Under-cabinet lighting is great for lighting up any space and has multiple light settings. Just $29.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, good morning to you as we get into your forecast here. Once again, rainfall is trying to get down to the ground here. Most of it's coming in from the southwest, tracking all the way up into Canada. Another batch is also kind of coming in from the south and southeast. We're seeing that coming out and kind of moving out to the area towards the UP. But not a lot of rainfall is hitting the ground right now. Drier air coming up from the south. You can see that from the southeast, also from the southwest, and it's colliding all the way into this ridge and continues to build. And that means it's difficult to get the rain down to the ground. So we're looking at temperatures today holding on to the 70s and 80s because of that ridge building and all that heat coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. We'll also see that coming in from some tropical moisture coming in from the eastern Pacific as well. You're seeing a dry slot right here, and that's just indicative of limited amounts of rainfall trying to get down to the ground because you've got the rain there, but there's nothing underneath to support it to get down to the ground activity. But once we get into, say, the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hour and the 5 o'clock and 6, you're seeing rainfall start to coalesce. That's when the clouds really increase to cloudy skies, dropping at least light to moderate rainfall. Holman, La Crosse, all the way into West Salem as well, Black River Falls, Sparta, all getting into that, Viroqua too. You're seeing that breakdown as the drier air starts to filter in, eroding the cloud field. We'll see more light showers going from La Crosse all the way down to Prairie du Chien, Viroqua. You'll also have Sparta back into areas right by Marshfield as well. And then, of course, you'll see that continue to track out of the region towards Wisconsin Dells, Madison, and eventually Viroqua still holding on to that by the 10 o'clock hour. By midnight, we're pretty much done. Some few sprinkles by Prairie du Chien and possible in Richland Center, and that's about it. Dry conditions ensue. We get into your Saturday. We're looking at 7 p.m. now. We're already seeing some pretty decent temperatures, but however, we're also holding on to rainfall trying to get back to the forecast area, crossing the river by the 8 o'clock hour in the evening. By the time we get into the 10 o'clock hour, you've got La Crosse in the rain. Eau Claire is in the light shower activity. That continues all the way to the 11 o'clock hour, and by the time we get into the midnight hour, a few showers still holding onto the area, and then it all dissipates by 1 o'clock. Temperatures for tomorrow, well, once again, some 60s and 70s in the forecast, holding on to warmer conditions, but then Sunday's highs, 50s and the 60s. We start to get you back down to cooler conditions, holding on to Monday's highs at 62 to 68, back to seasonal average temperatures. Rainfall over the next 72 hours from today all the way through Sunday. We're looking at maybe a half an inch of rainfall, most of which was, bulk of it was yesterday. And then today we'll see maybe a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch or less in the forecast. And of course, we'll see limited amounts to fill it in. We'll go into 70s for the next couple of days into Saturday. By Sunday, we're in the 60s, leading into warmer 60s by Monday. And then back to the 50s, below seasonal averages for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then once we get into Thursday, we'll keep that below average temperature going with cooler conditions. 62 degrees coming back with near seasonal average temperatures for your Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe out there and have a good time.
It is Foodie Friday, and we're talking about how to enjoy the sweetness of fall without the sugar overload. Hy-Vee registered dietitian Ruthie Chips is back with some smart swaps to help you and your family stay balanced this October. Good morning, Ruthie. Always great to see you.
Great to see you, Alexandra Nar.
Yes, we're happy to talk about this today. So October, we know, is packed with pumpkin spice, caramel apples, Halloween candy, just goes on.
Love it.
The season of sweet. How do we stay balanced during this time?
It's true, and I think that word is key, just stay balanced.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of tips and tricks that we can share to help you still enjoy the season, but maybe don't get a sugar overload along the way. So, yeah, I mean, one thing that we really encourage is have natural sweets, things that are available, such as a fruit bowl. And here I have our pick of the month, which is mangoes.
A mango,
and
love
they're
it.
super sweet. They've got 20 different nutrients. They're about 84% water, so they help you hydrate at the same time.
Nice.
So having those things available, we have the picks that are already cut too at the Hy-Vee, so you can
slicing mangoes is not easy.
And if you go to mango.org, it'll show you exactly how to do it the safe and smart way.
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah,
I need to do that. Okay,
Absolutely.
and then some tahini too, if you want to spice it up a
You
little
can
bit.
spice it up even if you don't have this. Chili powder and lime juice.
Will do
Fresh
the
lime
trick.
juice and chili powder will really add a lot of flavor to it. You'll like that, Art.
I know, that sounds like that would be good.
Hey, you always say eat real food. What does that mean?
Real food meaning not so processed foods, things that are actually one ingredient, you know, like fruit, like vegetables, etc. And have those healthy snacks available. Kind of pack those ahead of time. And when it comes to candy, yes, we want to indulge a little bit, but you can swap some things out from maybe, we've got some little stickers or some tattoos, maybe trade out or even save some of the candy for baking so that later on you can put that into muffins or whatever, so you don't
That's
feel
a
like
good idea,
kids
yeah.
have to consume
And the kids
it all.
can help with that too.
Absolutely,
so that's
yeah.
great.
Keep
Okay.
it fun, yeah.
Yeah, okay, love that. And then drinks, how do we, sip smarter during the fall?
Hydration is really important, and a lot of the sweet drinks that are out there do have some hidden sugars in them, we know that. So maybe getting something fun like a cinnamon apple tea or a pumpkin flavored tea and just sip on that along the way, which can be satisfying without the sugar.
Yeah.
Or use a sugar substitute of some sort to keep that content down a bit.
Yeah, I love a cinnamon tea, and I'm always like, are you sure there's no sugar in this? It has such a strong flavor.
Naturally sweet, yeah.
Yes.
So those are the things we're looking for. And yes, when it comes to hydration, we touched on that. Hydration can sometimes disguise a sugar urge or a desire for sweet things. If you're a little dehydrated, you kind of your body's looking for something.
Right.
But maybe it just needs fluids and hydration. So more water, more tea, and we also brought the Liquid IV Energy. It's a sugar-free version.
And it's got some caffeine,
yeah,
it says.
It does have a little touch
Energy.
of caffeine, so folks that want that, maybe instead of coffee, above the equivalent of a cup of coffee. But it is scientifically shown to hydrate actually quicker than water. So that could be an alternative too for folks. And it's kind of fun with a different flavor. You can put it in the
pour
cup
it
with a
in,
little
do what I
ice.
wanna do, if there's caffeine in there, that's what I'll do.
We have a Halloween theme going on here, so how do we stay candy conscious as we go right through your Halloween?
Yeah, I mean, the candy conscious again is try to portion it out the best you can, and really just have fun with it. Have put it in the freezer even. You can freeze candy for later. Is maybe another little tip or trick. So, and this weekend, by the way, Sunday we will have a trunk or treat at Hy-Vee in Onalaska. So bring the kids out. It's not all dietitian approved, but there'll be some alternatives there, and it's just a fun day to come out. And hopefully the weather's going to be good, right?
Right.
Sunday,
Right?
yeah?
Right.
He's pleading the fifth
We're
right now.
counting
That's
on
never
you.
a good sign, but that's okay. We're used to bundling up in our costumes in Wisconsin. Any final advice?
We'd love to see you there, and we can work individually and help folks on those goals to watch their sugar intake.
Okay, it's important this time of year for sure. All right, Ruthie, thanks for being here.
And
as
cheers.
always. Oh yeah, we got to
Let's
try
do
our
some
mangoes.
Thank you.
Cheers
Love
to
it.
you. Thanks for bringing
Cheers.
this.
It's a mango morning.
It's a mango morning. Love it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
That's my go-to guy. Can you fix my smartphone?
Yes.
Do you have car batteries?
Yeah.
What about golf car batteries?
Of course.
Battery for my G-Fob?
Absolutely.
My boat?
Huge variety.
Toy boat?
Sure.
Motorcycles?
You bet.
My apartment building?
Whole building.
Do you have batteries for my party lights?
Yeah.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
From generation to generation, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true for Midwest families. And this year, we're kicking off our store-wide celebration this Saturday at 7 a.m. Find unbeatable Toyland deals like assorted Play-Doh sets, buy one, get one half price. Be one of the first 100 people in store on Saturday to get this free Blaine's 70th anniversary toy truck. Plus, new this year from 3 to 5 p.m., bring the kids in costume for indoor trick-or-treating and more. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland store-wide celebration starting Saturday at 7 a.m.
After I decided my pain was too much, and my doctor actually suggested that I do visit the Good Feet store. Pretty amazing when they put the arch supports in your shoe and you walk around and you realize there's not pain, and you think, how can this arch support in my shoe make my back pain go away? But it works. And how can it make my knee pain go away? It was incredible.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
Right now, get a great deal on the durable Kubota RTVX. When there's work to do and a reputation to uphold, it's built to haul it all and do it all. Half-ton capabilities with attachments to get the job done right. It's North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 1.99% APR for up to 36 months, or save up to $300.
Visit us today and experience the difference.
Get ready for the holidays and save money during our fall sale at Interior Designs Homan. All of our carpets are on sale. You'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimates in your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Homan.
You got batteries for my side-by-side?
Yes.
Replace my flashlight?
Sure thing. What about my business?
Oh, good one.
100%. Batteries for my fleet of trucks?
Gas floor scrubbers?
Yes, and fire panels.
We
have pallets of batteries.
Well, what about...
As your go-to guy, if it needs a battery, we have it.
Well, that's all you had to say.
Could have led with that.
Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Yeah, boy. Can run you all over, boy.
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Fred.
Tonight at 10, right here on News 8.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A Wisconsin man transforming his yard into an under-the-sea Halloween adventure. Aaron Vukin in Sun Prairie decorates with glowing creatures and spooky shipwreck vibes. Look at that, it's beautiful. He spends hundreds of hours every year designing and setting this all up. He says that planning starts as early as January.
The La Crosse County Board voted to drastically reduce the fine for marijuana possession. The board approved the measure 18-11 last night. Possession of 25 grams or less now carries a $1 fine. That's down from $100. Offenders will still have to pay court costs, and marijuana remains illegal in Wisconsin. Supporters say this saves county resources by keeping people out of jail who can't afford to pay. But critics argue it sends the wrong message about what they call a gateway drug. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
Viroqua may cut a police dispatcher position to balance the budget. The city's considering eliminating the second shift dispatcher, saving about $50,000, they said. The move comes as Viroqua tries to increase employee wages to stay competitive with surrounding areas.
It will cut some service availability to the public in terms of like the DMV window, which we have at our police department, and being able to stop in after hours and do kind of business, pay parking tickets, that sort of thing.
The sheriff's office already handles Area 911 calls, but the sheriff says losing the police dispatcher could mean delays for non-emergency calls. Happening this weekend, the La Crosse Area Family Y is hosting a spooky scavenger hunt tomorrow at the Doll Y from 9 to 11. It's free and open to the community. And volunteers are needed for a bed build in Toma tomorrow. Sleep in Heavenly Peace will build 40 bed components from 8 a.m. to noon at the Fairgrounds Exhibition Building. You can sign up at shpbeds.org. The beds go to kids without them. Cashton's Junior Fall Fest Princess is hosting a splash pad fundraiser tomorrow at Cashton's Community Hall. Enjoy a pancake and sausage brunch from 10 to 1, bingo and live music, all proceeds benefiting the Cashton All Abilities Splash Pad Project.
All right, we've missed out on the early morning rainfall, but we will pick up more clouds today, gathering rainfall for late day. You can see that for La Crosse going into your evening commute. Similar conditions for Eau Claire. That'll go into the early evening as well. Then it'll begin to taper down as we get into 10 o'clock hour. So highs today, a little bit on the warmer side, nearing 80 degrees for some locations, down to 72, with again temperatures still lingering with the 70s into Saturday, and then cooling it down as we go into next week. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you, Art, and thank you for waking up with us on News 8 Now. This morning, we will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Friday.